Hi, I'm Dave Epstein. This is Growing Wisdom. A cold and snowy day, getting some of the last of the vegetables. Today we want to really show you how to cook with some of the vegetables. Let's start with Brussels sprouts and get inside. So we've come inside, and you can buy your Brussels sprouts and they look like this on the stalk. This is how they grow. The leaves actually come off of here. And if you buy them like this, obviously you just want to pop them off the stalk and then wash them, and then you can prepare them. We're going to talk to you today on how I like to prepare them. There's several different methods of cooking Brussels sprouts, and I think they're one of those vegetables that's really catching on over the past several years. You can cook them whole, or you can also slice them in half. And I'm going to choose to slice them in half today. And the reason we're doing that is that I really want more of the flavor to coat most of the Brussels sprouts. All right, so we've cut our Brussels sprouts in half. I'm going to put them in a bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to coat them with some olive oil, enough to really coat the Brussels sprout. Now comes the fun part. What seasonings to use on your Brussels sprouts? You can do everything from just salt and pepper. You can use paprika. You could use dill. And this is where I like to experiment. What we're adding today is sea salt, garlic, savory, thyme, oregano, rosemary, basil, and sage. So all those spices are going to go right on to our Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to season these pretty heavily because I like the taste of a lot of seasoning. Your choice. I'm going to add just a little bit of fresh ground pepper. I tend to like a little bit more pepper than most people. Again, we're going to just stir them around. That's it, we're done. So we're going to get these into the oven, 325 degrees for around 15 minutes. If they're starting to brown, get them out. If they're not, leave them in a little bit longer. We're going to put them on a tinfoil lined cookie sheet, put them face up. You want to have the Brussels sprouts evenly spaced and have a little gap between each one. That helps to roast them. If they're too close together, they're not going to crisp up as much. And get them in the oven. All right, our Brussels sprouts are now done. Let's get them out of the oven. And look how beautiful and brown these are. They're just delicious. I love the way these taste. So depending on how you want them crunchy, leave them a little bit lighter green. If you want them a little softer, cook them a little longer. I like to flip them over and sort of mix them on a plate. They just tend to look nice, and it's just a nice side dish. If you haven't had Brussels sprouts cooked this way, give it a try. They're a lot different than those steamed ones your grandmother may have made. Come back every week for all of our tips, hints, and helps here at Growing Wisdom.